Girl Scouts of America have entered the religion business, and Islam is the one getting the badge. For the record, I'm a father of 4, and 3 of my children are girls, and I recognize that a great many of the institutions that were set up to protect and train young girls have gone against what is in their best interest, and that's part of the reason why we must look into what the Girl Scouts of America, just like the YMCA and so many other institutions, have fallen into corruption.
The Scout Pledge, we make a promise to do our duty to God and our country and to obey the Scout law. Duty to one's God for a Muslim means ibadah, worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we have the opportunity to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our normal ibadat, like salah, 5 times a day.
In this case, that corruption is that of a political order and a religious order which would seek to put your girls in a burqa, make them hide all of their faces, cover themselves, and then be submissive to a religion and to a religious ideology that would have their leader, Muhammad, to marry girls that were underage. And whether or not it's debatable what he did with those young girls, this is not the ideology that we want coming forth from Girl Scouts of America. This is America. This is not Saudi Arabia. We are not going to give our girls over to a organization or an institution which would serve this religious and political order.
America is often called a melting pot, and the same thing could be said of America's Girl Scouts. There are 2.6 million Girl Scouts, and the group is always looking for new recruits. Priya David met some of the latest.
I will try to serve Allah and my country.
A promise American girls have made for almost a century with a new twist.
Careful, wash your step, girls.
This is Girl Scout Troop 12119 in Minneapolis. Recently, the Girl Scout Council here looked at dwindling numbers and reached out to minorities for new members.
Reading here from the Post-Millennial, it says Girl Scout troops across the U.S. are incorporating Islamic religious instruction, prayer, and activities into scouting programs, according to a new investigation by White House correspondent Natalie Winters.
So excited for the launch of Salam Scouts, a program dedicated to empowering young Muslims to become confident, compassionate leaders who embody Islamic values and positively impact their communities. Are you a parent interested in registering your child, or a future leader ready to inspire the next generation? Follow Salam Scouts on Insta at Salam Scouts, or sign up on salamscouts.org.
Writers reported that mosque-based groups in several states have used Girl Scout programming to teach Islamic practices, including prayer, Ramadan, and the hijab. The examples appear to involve individual troops and local councils rather than a nationwide requirement imposed by all Girl Scouts. So there are troops that are meeting in mosques, are having overnights in mosques, and are being taught and given badges from teaching and learning the Islamic tradition, even those girls who do not come from that tradition originally. Here's how the Girl Scouts of America on a nationwide basis have tried to handle the issue, or the issue of any religious incursion into their ideology and into their institution. The GSUSA does officially recognize religious award programs operated by outside religious organizations. Its own faith materials identify the Islamic Committee on Girl Scouting and say it offers Girl Scouts of the Islamic faith religious recognition awards, including medals. GSUSA also directs families toward religious organizations for information about their programs. So imagine the uproar that would be happening if we were trying to impose Christianity, the religion that founded the Western world. Imagine if we tried to impose that upon the Girl Scouts USA, and what uproar would follow.
I thought we were doing cookies and campfires?
Winters mentioned the Salam Islamic Center in Sacramento, which hosted a Girl Scout event in February 2025. Girls were invited to try on hijabs, tour the mosque and learn about the significance of modesty. The mosque describes its Girl Scout program as having strong Islamic values. Other examples include Girl Scout programs at the Islamic Center of Naperville, Islamic Center of Long Island, and Virginia's Adams Center. Winters reported on her Substack that these programs use Islamic education or traditions in scouting activities. Some of the programming is not new. The Girl Scout troop in Washington advertised Ramadan overnight events dating back more than a decade. Activities for non-Islamic girls include Islamic prayer, Quran and Hadith study, religious discussions, and service during iftar. Girls were instructed to bring prayer garments or hijabs and Islamic educational materials. These are not Islamic girls. They are being proselytized to through Girl Scouts of America, Girl Scouts USA, and this is an obscene breach of the contract of what this organization and institution not only was set up to do, but should be doing at all. The pervasion of Islam into America has continued, and they're coming after your girls. In closing, I recognized in 2020 part of why this channel needed to start was in order to try to protect our children from the horrendous inversion of what was good, true, and beautiful for them that was being cast upon them, not just during COVID, but well beyond, and even much previous to COVID in so many ways, and so many institutions, including your own public library, is trying to indoctrinate your children into unhealthy, even Islamic practices. This liberal world order has gone to its logical conclusion. We can only go so far as to take on a religious and political order such as Islam, and we've gone so inclusive that we have now began to include the most exclusive, the most tyrannical, and the most, imperial worldview that you can possibly imagine, and the liberal world order claps like seals. They just simply get behind it without question. And for those on the right wing who are with me, you must begin to fix your eyes on what the liberal world order is actually doing instead of on each other. I know it's fun when you get into power to start to bicker and have each of our factions come up to the surface. Enough. Islam is coming for your daughters, and we must do better to protect them. If you would like to continue to protect our kids together and begin to form some brotherhood so that we can if you would like to form a brotherhood in which iron sharpens iron, in which we can protect our children in conservative values, Christian values, and the Western world, I would love your support on this channel. Thank you for watching to the end, and please, God be with you as you protect your daughters.